Hey, you guys. Welcome to the Ladybug Show. Happy Tuesday. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I mean, I am so excited. Last week was amazing. Oh man, the business is going great. But don't let me ramble. Let me do what I said what I was going to do. And I want to share some inspiration with you guys before we get all into the business, okay?
If you decide you want...
Oh, come on. Don't do me like that.
If you decide you want to be rich, all you got to do is start. Why not? Who gonna stop you?
Who gonna stop you?
Unless you tell it to the wrong person. Mama, listen to me. I'm going to be rich. Anybody rich in this family? Go in there and sit down somewhere. Get yourself a good job. Oh, mama, you must be right. No. Mama could be wrong, because what you have in your imagination, God didn't show it to your mama. I'm sorry. He showed it to you.
He showed it to you.
Listen to me. If y'all don't do nothing else, write everything you imagine down. Write it all down. Pray about it and watch what happens.
Listen, that's a powerful message. And I thought that went great with today's show, which is to TV or not to TV? That is the question. And when I tell you guys, you know, when you have a vision for yourself or a dream that you want to see become reality, a lot of times you can't share that dream with someone else because they can't see it for you, right? They can't envision it for you. But God gave that dream to you. So you have to react on it. You have to be careful about the things you tell people, because they will give you things to make you break that thing on down and say, that ain't gonna work. You know what? I think I'll do something else. No. When you have a vision and you believe in it wholeheartedly, please follow that vision, you guys, because God gave it to you for a reason, and write it all down. And let me tell you, so we were on the Karamo show the other week, or almost a month ago, and we're going to talk about this Karamo show because we were supposed to let you guys know it was coming on. We didn't even know. But anyways, Karamo thought, or the producers thought, that I was being Bonita's mom. You know, you're acting like her mother. And, you know, Bonita might have thought that too. But, you know, I really just wanted the best and still want the best for all of my friends, especially my good girlfriend, Bonita. So look, I got Bonita in the studio. I'm going to bring her on. And before I bring her on, I want you guys to know how amazing Bonita is. Like, I really love that she's only 27 years old. And I'm telling you, her mindset is someone of a 47-year-old. So that's how I know that Bonita has so much greatness within her. And I just want her to be great. You know, I want her to be great and follow her dreams. And really, that's what she's doing. She's broken away from the mother shell here in Maryland and, you know, started her own journey and is flapping her wings so high. So let me bring on my good girlfriend, Miss Bonita O'Wari. Wait, before I do that, hold on. I'm trying to get my show together, y'all. Okay, hold on. Let me bring to the stage Miss Bonita O'Wari. Oh, it didn't play. Wait a minute. Hold on. It was supposed to play.
Uh-oh.
Wait a minute. Let me go back. Let me try it again. Woo! Yes, I wanted the hand claps. I wanted the effect in there.
Hey, Latasha, Thank you so much for having me, sis. And thank you for always supporting me in everything that I do. So I am so glad to be here to talk about the show.
Girl, I'm so excited to have you, Benita. Like I was telling everyone, I just feel so highly of you, for you to be as young as you are. We connected instantly because you thought like me. And I've been through the same things that you have gone through and are going through. So we related on so many different levels. And we decided to go on this Karamo show because you left me once again. Oh my God, you keep leaving me, Miss Benita. And I do understand why, you definitely have to live your life, make your own mistakes. And, that's how we grow. We have to make mistakes in order to grow and find our success and be successful, right? Yeah. So I can go on and on about you, but let's talk about this show because I want you to know, or let's let the people know that we thought that the show was going to air on, was it the 21st or the 23rd?
Yep.
Okay. Yes, we thought it was going to air today, right, you guys? So we wanted to announce it to the world. We wanted everyone to be able to see it. And Miss Benita, she is so popular, you guys. Hold on. Let me tell you how popular you are. You guys got to follow Miss Benita here on TikTok. She has an amazing, so loyal following. And people were reaching out to her on TikTok saying, sis, I see you. Benita, I see you on TV. And she was like, what? So she called me and was like, sis, do you see our show on TV? And I'm like, today isn't the day. So I go and, check the info on the channel. And sure enough, our show was coming on that day. And I was so upset about that, Benita. Were you?
I definitely was, because I had so many plans, to let the world know, but they let me know. So yes, I was very upset.
They let you know, girl. So look, how did you feel about the show and being on TV and all of that? What was your experience? Did you like it?
So I enjoyed the process of the show up until the day of filming. It definitely wasn't what I expected. I felt like it was a little bit too much coaching versus letting us be natural in, what we had to say. And yeah, it was just different. It wasn't what I expected at all. It gave me a different outlook on reality TV or talk shows for sure.
It really did. It honestly threw me for a loop because we gave them the info on why we were really coming, and they wanted to get more hype, hype it up. And I think that's why our show may not went to YouTube or went to other social media platforms that they share because it wasn't drama enough for them. They wanted the drama. They wanted us to be so like mean to one another. And I was like, okay, but whatever, you got me here now. But I mean, thank God it worked out in the end. And you and I are grown adults and we know how to be like, you know what, sis, I love you. I love you, right? So do you think you ever be on a talk show again?
I am open to being on the talk show again like that. Absolutely not. Like it has to be authentic. Like it has to be, more put together. Cause I did feel like it was kind of a rush thing. And I didn't really like the way that we were treated that day when we got to the studio. Well, personally, me, I don't really know, how your experience went, but for me, like, I didn't really like you.
So I will say that I felt like they thought I was carrying weapons. Like they went all through your bags and,
right.
It was like TSA up in there, but I think the producers were really nice. I did like a couple of the producers, but again, they wanted us to bring more drama to it. And that's what I really didn't care for or like about it.
Yeah, I agree. Me too. Cause I mean, I don't know if I could say this, but I'm gonna say it cause no big deal. But when I was watching you backstage on the screen, one of the producers was actually in my ear. Like I couldn't even really hear what you were saying because she's like, can you believe she said that? Like, say this to that, say that to that. And like, just really like trying to cause that dramatic effect. And you know, women like us, we already get a stereotype of being angry and this and that. And I really didn't like that. And that's why I really kept my composure, and I was calm through everything, because I was like, you're not about to paint us out to be these angry women, because we're not.
Absolutely. We're definitely not. I mean, all friends disagree, right? You can
Yeah.
agree to disagree, but you still come back to the middle at the end, and you know, you forgive and forget. And that was our whole purpose of, you know, really just wanting to share the journey of your strength, Benita. You know, I met you at a very young age. I think you were 21 years old. And again, when I first met you at 21, I was just taken aback because I mean, you were courteous and professional like everyone that I meet. But when I got a hold of your social media, the videos, the way you spoke, you know, your passion, I was like, wow, this young lady is really amazing. And I honestly wanted you to be better than me when we first, you know, started in the business. I'm like, Lord, this is the one. I love Miss Benita. So how have you gotten that passion at such a young age? I mean, is it because you've been through so much, or like I've never really connected with someone as young as you that's been on such a business-minded path?
Yeah. So, well, I've always had a hustle spirit in me. In like third, fourth grade, I was selling candy on the bus. I was getting in trouble for selling candy to the kids in school, but my parents supported it. My mom and my stepdad would take me to Sam's Club. We would go buy the boxes. I would write in my little notepad, like, okay, if I sell every single one of these for $1, I would make $36. Then I could keep two for myself, so I make $34. Like, I had a whole plan, right? And my parents even opened up a bank account for me when I was that young, like 11, 10 years old. So that hustle spirit was always in me. But you already know, ways of the world and just different things that go on in life, we kind of lose track of that path. And so, you know, when I was in high school, I started working a normal job and stuff. And you know, just trying to do what everyone told me to do, right? Going to college, following that path that really wasn't for me, because the entrepreneurship has always been in me. And so, right before we met, I had graduated from college. And when I graduated from college, I was really disappointed because, you know, everybody sells you a dream that as soon as you graduate from college, you're going to make all this money, you're going to get a good job, you're going to do all this. And I'm like, I'm $38,000 in debt, and they offering me $14 an hour. Like, something's got to shake. The math ain't mathing
The
on this.
math ain't
The
mathing.
math ain't mathing, because one thing I do know is I know math, right? So I was just looking for other ventures and ways to, you know, make money. I already knew that I'm a hustler. Like, I know how to talk to people. I know how to inspire people. I know how to sell anything. One of my first jobs was working at Clark's, which was a shoe store. And we work based on commission. And my first week there, I had beat everybody with top sales, literally, like people that's been working in the company 10, 12 years. My first weekend, I'm making way more than they was making. So I just knew I needed more. I needed something in the entrepreneur space. And that's when we connected and started doing credit and stuff together. So I just think that it's something that was always in me. You know what I'm saying? Some people say, like, either you got it or you don't. And I think I was just one of those people that was born with it. And my mom has always had businesses. I've always seen my brothers hustle. So I think it's just in me.
Yes, it's definitely in you. You have it. You definitely have it. And, you know, I feel like I definitely had that mindset as well. You know, growing up, how I grew up with, you know, both of my parents, my father running his own business from since I was a little girl, you know, seeing him take care of my mom. My mom really didn't have to work. And, you know, that's how I portrayed life to be, like, you know, have a business, you know, maybe have a job, but have your job kind of fund your business, and don't, you know, kind of just fall sway side to feel like, okay, this is all that I can do. And that's why I was really so attracted to you, because I said, again, you know, I can just go on and on about why I love you, girl. You are really amazing to me, and I'm so glad that God connected us. And just to give people background, because I don't think a lot of people really got a chance to see the full show. I mean, I will tell you, I was shocked to know how many people actually watch Karamo, because I had never heard of the dude until somebody told me about it.
Right.
Girl, I was getting phone calls left and right. I'm like, people actually watch this man? Oh, but yes, let's talk about the background of, everything. So, we came on the show to, basically kind of just reveal the path that Benita's been on. She's been, stable in Maryland. Then she decided to move to Atlanta, came back to Maryland because Atlanta wasn't working for her. We got back into business of real estate. We're doing great in real estate. And then all of a sudden she decides to move to Texas, you guys. She left me again and moved to Texas. And that's where you are now, right, Benita?
I'm in Houston.
You are in Houston, Texas. So you went to Texas, or your reasoning for going to Texas is because you said that God actually gave you that revelation that that's where you should be, right?
Yes.
So let's elaborate a little bit on that. Since you've been in Texas for about 6 months or so, have you found the reason why, you should be in Texas, or are you still searching?
So I think a little bit of both, right? So when I came to Texas, despite me being such a well put together businesswoman, I did battle with a marijuana addiction. Like it was something that I could not let go of. And when I made it to Texas, since I've been here for 6 months, I have been marijuana free. And I do feel like that is something that, I had.
Let's clap that up.
Yes, I feel like that's something I had to transition from, and I wasn't going to be able to do that in Maryland or Atlanta on my own strength. Of course, I give all the glory to God because I feel like He did it, but so I do think that was a huge reason, just as well as like my happiness, right? Like a lot of times we put happiness on money, and for my age, I think that I've achieved a lot. I've done a lot as far as making money. And when I made a lot of money, I realized that I really wasn't happy. And I started to understand why we see millionaires and people who are very successful that are super unhappy. They commit suicide, they do all these different things. And I realized that though we were successful in real estate, I was only doing it for the money, right? Like it wasn't something that I wake up every day and I'm like, all right, let's get going. It was like, I gotta go get this money. So I guess I'm gonna get out of bed, right? So with that being said, I had went to God in prayer, and I was really trying to figure out why I was having those feelings of unhappiness, like feelings of not being fulfilled. Like, yes, I'm so happy when I see my client close and they get a house, but I'm just still feeling empty inside. And in prayer, I heard the Lord speak to me and told me, I told you to move to Houston, because that actually wasn't my first time that God told me to move to Houston. God actually told me to move to Houston when I was living in Atlanta, but I was disobedient and I moved back to Maryland. So when I was in prayer, I heard the Lord tell me, I told you to move to Houston. And, I felt like I don't really have anything to lose. You was working with me. I could send clients to you, as well as our broker at the time. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go see what Houston has for me. And I love what you brought up, what you played with Steve Harvey at the beginning about not telling people, because I know that you took it personal that I didn't tell you. But honestly, like, I just felt like I couldn't tell anybody that I was moving to Houston, because just like you said, you didn't hear the voice of God that I heard. And not that you would discourage me, but as my friend, you're going to be realistic, right? You're going to tell me, like,
I would have discouraged you, Benita.
Okay.
Said, no, where are you going? Are you crazy?
Exactly. And that's exactly why I felt like I couldn't tell anybody. I didn't tell my parents. I didn't tell my brothers. I literally didn't tell anybody. And I told myself, I have to make this work, or I have to go back home. Like, it's only two options. I'm not even gonna go home and tell everybody the story. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, hey y'all, I'm back. Like, so that was really the plan. And when I came, one thing I think that is important about learning how to obey God is to not think that everything is going to just fall into place. Like, there are going to be trials and tribulations thrown at you to see, do you really trust me? And when I first came, the trials and the tribulations came, but it was just like I just kept overcoming. I kept overcoming, and now I'm so happy. On the show, we talked about me, being a server, and you was like, "Why would Benita want to stop real estate to go to Texas to be a server? You could be a server here." But
And they edited that out. They edited a lot of info, Benita. They didn't even put that in there.
Yeah.
But that was one of my main things. I'm like, why would you leave this great business of real estate to, go wait tables in Texas? And, just like you said, when God gives you a message, you pay attention to that. You don't tell anyone. You can't get into how people may feel about it. If they really love you, they'll get over it, right? And that's what I love about you. You really are the epitome of overcoming fear. And again, you are 27 years old. You have no children, so you really have the ability to just get up and go all across the country versus other people really wish they had, that ability to do that. I mean, me, myself, really wish I did, but I can't leave my mom. My mom is like, no, I'm not leaving Maryland, so I can't leave Maryland. But if I had the opportunity, Benita, I would be right in Texas with you. And my husband would be too, because he can support whatever, I do. We support each other, but, things happen for a reason. And when I say you are the epitome of overcoming fear, I mean, you face it head on. Like, you went to Texas with nowhere to live, limited funds. I mean, you literally believed that word that God gave you, right?
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So tell us how Texas is. Like, now that you're in Texas, you've been there 6 months, you've been through a few trials and tribulations, what are you up to out there? Have you found a place to live, or what kind of career path are you on? Like, what's going on with Benita in Texas?
Yes. So I was getting to say that God is so good that I've been put in a position where I was able to quit my serving job. So I am no longer in the restaurant industry. And by God's grace, I will not be going back. So I actually moved into a new place about a week ago. So I'm in my new place. I'm so excited. And I have been working on a new business idea, which of course is led by the Lord. So back in 2020, when COVID hit, we were all in the house, we were bored. So I had started just trying different stuff, making bath bombs, making scrubs, making soaps and stuff. And I was doing that for a while, and it was very soothing to me. But, just like life happens, I got distracted away from it. But God definitely spoke to me and told me that is an area that I will be very prosperous in. So I have been putting everything together to relaunch my business. It's called Good Nights and Great Mornings. Because when you use my products, you're going to have a good night and a great morning when you wake up. Okay, period. So we are.
Wow, I love that. Okay.
Yes, everything should be put together and launched by March 1st.
So good nights and great mornings. All right, let's talk about that. So what kind of products will you have? Is it like soaps, cleanser? Like what is it?
Yeah, so the number one product is our bath bombs. A lot of people deal with back pain, a lot of people deal with anxiety, stress, all these different things, not being able to sleep at night. And I just feel like when you have a good quality bath bomb and you take it before you go to sleep at night, it completely changes your whole sleep experience, which of course changes how you feel when you wake up in the morning. So the first product the number one product is going to be our bath bombs, and then there's going to be some sugar scrubs, body scrubs, face creams, body creams and butters, and just various lip scrubs as well. And yeah.
See, I told y'all Benita was amazing. I was not playing when I told y'all that. She thinks, oh my God, your mind is it is really mind blowing, Benita. I am so happy for you.
Thank you.
I can't wait to come down there to Texas and see your new place. And just celebrate you, because you deserve it. You've gone through a lot, not just in the past 6 months, but since we've met. If we can be totally honest and transparent, you've fought depression. you've gone through a bad relationship, family issues, which is what all of us go through, right?
Yeah.
But you've overcome those things. And what's crazy is you've overcome it by yourself, kind of being alone.
Yeah.
And I would like to say I've been your ear, your therapist, your listener. You can tell me things and I can give you some little feedback. But for the most part, you've shown so much strength throughout all the things that you've been through. Not to tell all of your business, but is there anything you want to share? Like, well, let me ask you this: is it because your closeness now that you have with God? Because but first of all, let's not say that you didn't believe in God, but now you talk about the relationship, the actual relationship you actually have with God, right? You feel like you really have a true relationship with him. So can you tell us a little bit about how you were able to grow that relationship and that faith, for you to be as strong as you are and be in the position that you're in now?
Yes, absolutely. So, like you said, I definitely always believed in God, but I was very questionable about the Bible and about Jesus just because, we get on social media every day and you see somebody else explaining why this is why it's this and why that is why it's that. And there was a point in time where I got very deep into that stuff. And sometimes God will take you through, I think, your lowest times just because he knows that's what you have to go through to draw nearer to him. When I left Atlanta and moved back to Maryland, I don't even think I ever told you this, but I definitely felt like a failure. I definitely felt like a lot of people were looking at me and inspired by me and, thought I was going to blow up with my music and all this stuff. And now I'm reverting back to Maryland to do, what I used to do, which was real estate, which is still really a big deal. But it was just like, I just saw so much more for myself. So at that time, I was definitely searching for something. It wasn't even necessarily God. I was just searching for something. Like, I need to know what to do. Like, I need answers. And whenever you seek, you shall find. And at that time, God had put my cousin back in my life that I hadn't been talking to for a while. So me and her reconnected. And she sent me a video just of this girl, like just talking about the Bible and about how it made sense and about different things that God wants for our lives. And, if you see certain things in your life, that is a sign that, you aren't on the right path with God. And when I saw that video, it was like a veil had lifted from my eyes. And I was just like, wow, like, so this is why I went through this. This is why I'm experiencing this. This is where this depression comes from. It was just like everything, all the puzzles of the pieces started to make sense to me. And of course, as I dug deeper and I started to draw nearer to God, like he just continued to reveal himself to me. And I spoke about this on TikTok today that I think that a lot of people are scared to draw close to the Lord because, you might look at your life and be like, well, I'm living in sin. Like, well, I smoke every day. I drink every day. I'm having sex out of marriage. Like all these things that, the church would condemn us from. And it causes us to kind of pull away. But during that time, I was still, doing whatever I wanted to do. But it was like God was still showing me, like, you're still my daughter. Like, I love you no matter what you do. Like, we change. Day we do things that are not right, but God is the same. Like he's still gonna love us no matter what we do. And I think that was just like a very nurturing feel for me. Like it was almost like God had replaced my dad. Like, he became my dad in a way. And I
Wow.
got closer and closer. And when he began to answer things that I prayed, like it was one situation that God literally answered my prayers in like 3 days. And it was like, it was big. It was big. And that just really let me know, like, okay, like, what else is there? Like, if I don't obey him, like, who am I gonna obey? Am I gonna live on my own? Because living for myself, I wasn't happy, right? I was going through depression. I was going through all these trials and tribulations. So it was just like I have to follow what he says at this point because he just keeps showing me that he is God. I'm the daughter.
Yes, God is real. He really is real. And your faith, they say, has to be as small as a mustard seed, in order for you to really believe and get the answers to those prayers. Because I'm telling you, if you put it out there into the universe is so real. it hears what you say aloud. And God listens. He pays attention. And sometimes he may not give it to you right then and there. He wants to see how worthy you are of having the things that you've prayed for. So sometimes you definitely have to get on the path to, not only just pray for the things, you have to show that you actually want it versus just speaking it, because our actions speak louder than our words, right? Yes. And I told y'all, Bonita is just so articulate. For 27 years old, this young lady has taught me more about the Bible than I've, really known for a long, long time. We've actually went to Bible study together. And that's what I love about Bonita. And just people that God really connects me with. He makes no mistakes. He connects me with like-minded people, things that I like to do, things that I want to be doing, that they are doing. I'm very cautious and picky about, how I spend my time and who I spend my time with. And, Bonita, from day one, you've been absolutely amazing. But look, we got some comments on here, girl.
Okay.
Tylynn, she's saying, go, girl, glory to God. Yeah, glory to God. And Miss Evelyn, she says she needs a good lip scrub, honey.
Okay.
So let's talk about it. Do you have a website, or like when will your products be ready to purchase?
So the website is ready, but it's not released yet. And the products will be available to purchase starting March 1st. But of course, you follow my TikTok, my Instagram, you'll be kept up to date with all the information.
Okay, so let me share your TikTok with everyone once again. So at the bottom, you guys, if you want to follow the inspirational Miss Bonita, go to TikTok at Bonita So Blessed, and get that motivation and encouragement that you need, because she definitely shares that with her over 300,000 followers. I can go on and on with you, Miss Bonita. We done got off Karamo, like, oh, it's Karamo. We done got all off of him.
Okay.
So, okay. I know you have plans for yourself in 2023. Yes. Can you reveal for us, maybe another one of the things that that God has in store for you this year? Can you share a little tidbit?
Honestly, I wish I knew. I wish I had stuff to share. But the funny thing I've learned about God is God will let us sit up here and make all these plans for our life. God will let you make a whole list, and he just be watching, and he be like, yeah, none of that. Because that's exactly what he did to me when he moved me to Houston, right? Like, even though I wasn't happy in Maryland, I still planned on being there, right? I still had all those things that I planned on doing. So I don't really have any very specific plans other than, launching this business, continuing to build my TikTok. I do want to transition from TikTok to YouTube. Just because I feel like, YouTube,
that's where the money at.
That's where the money's at, of course. And then it also gives you more time, more space. I could be more of myself and not worry about all these violations and stuff. And so, yeah, I just want to really build my social media and my business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So again, I'm so proud of you. If any of you guys really got a chance to see the show, I mean, it was really superficial, to be honest. I mean, it had true undertones there, but a lot of it was just over the top. Bonita and I really do love each other, always have, always will. And I will always be there for you if you need me for anything, Miss Bonita. You need me to fly to Houston and be an usher at your church, just let me know, girl. And I'm gonna come. I'm gonna come with my usher suit on, baby. We gonna show it out. Because Karamo, he was into our fashion, wasn't he, honey?
Yes. And they didn't even play all of that. Like, we're at the end, he was talking, saying all this stuff. He's like, y'all need to start a clothing line together. I'm like, see, because I've been telling Latasha, y'all, that she needs to start a clothing line since I've known her. So y'all need to be a bug in her ear as well. That we need some of these fashion tips, even if you don't want to start a line. Like, girl, at least put us together and be our consultant, something.
Yeah, no, you do. You've been telling me that for a while. You really, really have, Bonita. And I'm going to do it one day, because I will say everybody has been telling me I should start a podcast. Like, they've been telling me this for the longest, and I just decided to do it this year, and I've been consistent with it from day one. I haven't missed, 1 week yet. So God willing, He will give me that consistent spirit to stay committed to. I think being able to reach people, I don't care how many likes I get or how many views I get. It can be one person within that 90 people that watch that I touch. And I feel like I've done my job. We got to be able to bless other people with information. Don't be selfish, and share things to help people grow. That's my mantra: grow with Latasha. And Benita is in the business of blessing. Benita's so blessed. Okay. So I don't know. How should we end the show, Benita? We know how to follow you. Benita's so blessed. Wait, let's see. We got some comments over here. Okay, Miss Kenya says, sorry I'm late. Oh, well, welcome, Kenya. I love you too.
I'm glad you made it.
Yes. Ramonica says, beautiful. Thank you so much, Ramonica. Kenya loves us both. We love you too. My mother-in-law, she said, preach, Benita.
Yes.
Congratulations and all of that. And Miss Kenya agrees with all that is being said. She is a follower of the Lord too. And I love Kenya as well. She really reminds me of you too. She invites me to her church. We've done things as far as business minds together, and we have an event coming up. Just so young, I think young people are really attracted to me, and I actually love that. I love to share with people how to not make some of the mistakes that I've made, because I've been through a lot, baby, a whole lot. Lord Jesus, thank you for having me here. But yes, Karamo was Karamo. I don't think I would be on TV again, Benita. It's not for me. I don't want the fame, the celebrity, I don't really care for that. I'm more of the back burner person. You know that. You're like, no, girl. But no, that's not for me. I just want to be a silent follower of God, to just bless people without them knowing. And you always tell me, Benita, you talking about, Tasha, you really are greater than you think you are. Like, you try to talk to me like you my mother. And I'm like, okay, Benita, what are you talking about? Like, girl, you should be doing this to make more money and bless more people. And blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, yeah, I can. But, I think we can bless people with the little that we have. When you're able to bless someone with little bit, it can turn into a lot for not just them, but for you too. So it's not about the abundance of people you can bless or how much you can bless them with. It's just, you're being a blessing regardless of the amount you give, right?
Yeah, but also let's be blessings to ourselves and not take all of our potential to the grave. Because Steve Harvey always say the graveyard is full of potential. So I think we need to go ahead and use up all that potential that's built up in us before we go.
You got that right. I love it. A
whole lot that you got hiding up in there, girl. We want to see all of it.
I love it. Well, keep encouraging me, because I'm not perfect and I need the encouragement too, because sometimes the encourager needs the encouraging. Like, I have nobody to really call when I have things going on. Everybody calls me though. Hey, girl. I got so many things that my friends and people just like want to share on me because I'm a listener, but sometimes the listener needs someone to listen to them too. So I appreciate you encouraging me as well.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like I said on the show, I've always seen you like the big sister I never had, girl.
Yeah. And you're like the daughter I never had. I swear. Yeah. I love you. So has your mom seen the show? What does she think about it?
So my mom hasn't seen the show yet. My mom is in Liberia, but she's actually on a plane right now coming home. So she'll be here tomorrow.
Okay.
And she'll get to see it. But
she coming to Texas?
Not right now. I'm actually going to be coming to Maryland next month. But yeah, eventually she'll come to Texas. We don't know when yet.
Okay. Well, you got to tell me when you're coming now so we can make sure we see each other.
Of course. You know it.
Okay. Because I didn't know that until today. You normally tell me these things.
I know. both be finding out stuff last minute these days, girl.
Well, Benita, I mean, you have been such a light. I can see it shining right over your head right now. You have such an aura with you, and I believe you will touch so many lives in 2023 and beyond. I'm excited for your growth and to see where you're going. I know that you're going to be awesome and amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You
Do
too.
you do you have anything you want to say before we head on out?
I just want to thank you for having me. Thank you for being such an amazing friend, a great big sister, a great mentor in various ways. I love everything that you do. Your consistency inspires me. I'm so proud of you that you're staying consistent with your show. And, I just would love to see where we are a year from now. I would love to see us growing together.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we may grow back together wherever we'll lead up sooner rather than later. You never know.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, Benita, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. And of course, we'll talk tomorrow.
Yes, sis. I love you. Thank you so much.
I love you so much, sis. See you soon.
All right. Bye, Mama.
Yes. You guys, what did you think about today's show? I mean, it was supposed to be about the Karamo show, but it really turned out to be, more about the guidance of where do you want to be in life? When you want something in life and you feel like that's what you should be doing, listen to yourself. Don't tell your dreams to other people because other people don't believe in it like you do or like God does. So just be obedient. Know that there's a higher power out there. I don't care who it is that you believe in, what your religion is. Be obedient and just pay attention to the signs because signs are given to us every single day on which way to turn, whether it be left or right. So make sure you keep the people around you positive. Make sure you keep the people that are around you with more knowledge than you to help share that information with you to help you grow so that you can share it down with other people. And that's how we're going to get our blessing, man. So I am so proud of Benita, even though I miss her so much and she's not here in Maryland. I am so happy that, she's found her way. She's feel like God has her on a great path. And I really believe that great things are going to be happening for this young lady. So if you guys want to support me, please go out and subscribe to my YouTube channel. It doesn't cost a thing. It is at Grow with Latasha. Hold on, let me see. Grow with Latasha at 777. That's how you can follow me on YouTube, you guys. I really appreciate the support. Thank you guys for taking the time out to watch the Ladybug show tonight. It was different, right? A lot of these shows I've been talking a little bit about real estate and, different businesses, but today was more about inspiration, motivation and giving someone the encouragement to know that you can do all things with Christ Jesus. Okay. All right, you guys, enjoy your Tuesday. Leave your comments below. And I hope you have a wonderful week. All right. I'll see you next week. Peace.